What, in your view, have been the most critical moments and decisions in your leadership that created that trajectory?
Well, it's great to be here. I want to thank Forbes for inviting us. So great to be here. Probably the most fundamental thing that we did was building a team of leaders that constantly were willing to be challenged every day. Challenging everybody who was part of the organization to try to stay in front of our clients. Never stand still. And then I would say the fundamental concept of believing in the capital markets. It is our views that economic activity was going to be driven more and more through the capital markets, less through banking system. And if you think about our growth was really a function of the growth of the capital markets and the globalization of markets. And through that fundamental backdrop, we believed in each and every country, as they grow their capital markets, then we could play that role. And I think we got that trend as well as any organization in the world. And then it was augmented then after the great financial crisis when regulators worldwide elevated bank capital and required banks to have 20 to 25% more capital, which meant banks were inhibited by 20-25% in lending. They had to shrink their balance sheets or grow their capital base. And if you think about the growth of private credit, that was stimulated basically by the rising capital standards of the banking system. But also, I believe if you look at the fundamental growth trajectory of different parts of the world, and if you just looked at the growth of Europe versus the growth of the United States post-financial crisis, the US GDP grew 7 to 9/10% compounded over 15 years more than Europe. And I believe today the fundamental problem with Europe was they did not grow their capital markets at the same time. Capital standards were lifted in Europe, and they had no source of new capital, similar to the United States.